everyone, my name's Christine and I'm one of the founders and admins from PSSM and MIM Awareness, and this is my youngster Spice. And today we're going to be explaining how to test for PSSM. We're going to be explaining the different methods of testing for PSSM and how each method of testing is conducted. Let's begin! PSSM 1 and PSSM 2 are both types of hereditary equine muscle disease. We know that only one parent has to have a copy of a mutated gene to pass it on, so whether you're buying, breeding or currently own a horse displaying symptoms, testing for PSSM is more important than ever. But how exactly do you test for PSSM? As of 2020, there are currently 3 available methods of testing for PSSM. These are: Number 1, hair strand test. Hair strand testing is used to diagnose many genetic diseases, including PSSM1 and PSSM2. Alongside a blood test, the hair strand test is one of the most reliable methods of testing. It will also give you the most information, like whether your horse is homozygous or heterozygous for PSSM, along with the specific variant of PSSM in PSSM2 cases, which testing via muscle biopsy is unable to determine. A hair strand sample can be taken by yourself or a vet. To do a hair strand sample, you need to pull 30 to 40 tail or mane hairs from your horse. This can be done by either pulling hairs individually or pulling out a few hairs at a time. It is of the utmost importance that each hair contains the root. The root is the white bit of skin at the top end of the hair. The root of the hair is what contains the genetic material of your horse and what genetic testing centres need for hair strand testing. Once you have pulled the right amount of hair, it then needs to be banded and taped to a piece of labelled paper before being placed into a clear Ziploc bag labelled with your horse's name. Hair needs to be 100% dry before placing it into the bag, otherwise it could cause bacteria to grow and could contaminate your horse's sample. Number 2, muscle biopsy. A muscle biopsy is invasive, meaning that it can only be performed by your vet. Muscle biopsies are used to diagnose changes in the muscle, which are then classified into a type of change consistent with a muscle myopathy, like PSSM1 or PSSM2. Muscle biopsies for PSSM are taken from either the semimembranosus or semitendinosus muscle, which are located in the hind end. To conduct a muscle biopsy, your vet will first numb the area and sedate the horse, before making a small incision and cutting away a piece of muscle. They will then restitch the area and provide some pain relief. As muscle biopsies are an invasive method, a small scar may remain from where the biopsy is taken. The sample will then get shipped to a pathologist, where it will be stained to help see structures in the tissue and cells. The pathologist will then look at these slides under a microscope and describe what they see. At the end of the pathologist's report, they will try to sum up into a diagnosis what they think their findings mean. This diagnosis could be PSSM1 or PSSM2. However, this is as far as it goes. Muscle biopsies are unable to determine what specific variant your horse has in cases of PSSM2. It is also unable to determine if your horse is heterozygous or homozygous for the mutated gene. The muscle biopsy can only tell you that your horse is positive for PSSM1 or PSSM2. For more information, genetic testing, like a hair strand test, would need to be done. Muscle biopsies are also not the most reliable method, as just like a photograph, they are a snapshot in time. If a horse is not symptomatic enough at the time the muscle biopsy is taken, the biopsy will not necessarily show changes. This does not mean the horse doesn't have PSSM. It could still have PSSM, but just not be badly affected yet. Number 3, blood test. A blood test can only be done by your vet and can be used to diagnose both PSSM1 and PSSM2. The blood can either be put onto a blood card or sent in the tube to a genetic testing lab where the DNA can be extracted from it and used to give a diagnosis of PSSM1 or PSSM2, the same as the hair strand test. And that concludes our video on how to test for PSSM. We hope you found this video helpful and that you now know how to test for PSSM. Our next video will be showing you how to conduct the hair strand test. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, join our Facebook group, follow us on Instagram and check out our website for all things PSSM, MFM and VRE. Thank you for watching.